you have enough bug spray? I have more if you need it. Oh, it got dark. Unlike Iceland. I might play a very, very old song. It's really, really old. I hardly ever play it. It's called Soma. They brought their shiny secrets here, dressed in the black neglect of unspeakable years. In a room with false daylight they came to be lifted out of their mundane. And you reach deep into their minds, made them leave all control behind. And you made them feel truly known. And you just took their stories and left them alone. But you know they would jump off the proverbial bridge to the tone of your drum. In a minute they would, 'cause they loved you so much it was stuff. They loved you so much there was nothing left them to love themselves. And you reached deep into their hearts. To your advantage they were afraid of the dark. And you made them feel truly known. You fed them sweets of silicone and styrofoam. But you know they would jump off the proverbial bridge to the tone of your drum. In a minute they would, 'cause they loved you so much it was stuff. They loved you so much there was nothing left them to love themselves. And you nursed them fat and you sugared their wounds. You decked their nights and painted indoor moons. But you know they would jump off the proverbial bridge to the tone of your drum. In a minute they would, 'cause they loved you so much it was stuff. They loved you so much there was nothing left them to love themselves. This is a Nancy Griffith song, and I've been yeah, oh yeah, that's right. You I remember this about you. I like her a lot too, not as much as you like her, but this is a song, maybe a lesser known song by her, but it's called Forticano Line, and I'm in a process of making a video to this song. I've been making videos lately because I just learned how to use iMovie, and they're really cheesy. Like I also just made a video to this traditional song called Ann and Waters, wherein the character rides across a long journey, and then he has to cross the river to get to his true love. So I took scenes from Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean, and I sort of took the clips to make that story happen from the song. It'll be coming out shortly. It's quite a masterpiece. Actually, it's really bad, but She drove west to Salt Lake City, to the California coastline. She hit the San Diego freeway going 60 miles an hour. She had a husband on her bumper. She had 5 restless children. She was singing as sweet as a mockingbird in that Forticano line. bosom of the Mormon church with a voice like wine, cruising along in that 40 Cano line. Her husband was a rambler, he was a Salt Lake City rambler, and he built a gilded cage around his silver-throated wife. And then at night he left her crying, with his cheating and his lying, and his big mistake was in buying her that 40 Cano line. She's the salt of the earth, straight from the bosom of the Mormon church, with a voice like wine, cruising along in that 40 Cano line. She writes her songs around this country, from Seattle to Montgomery. Well, her kids are grown and around her knows that you cannot cage your wife. On every back roads of this nation, she's become a living legend. She got the coupe de ville, but her heart rides still in that 40 Cano line. She got the coupe de ville, but her heart rides still in that 40 Cano line. She's the salt of the earth, straight from the bosom of the Mormon church, with a voice like wine, cruising along in that 40. She's the salt of the earth, straight from the bosom of the Mormon church, with a voice like wine, cruising along in that 40 Cano line.
Thank you. Can you turn the guitar back down? Sorry. Changing my mind.
Here's a song I wrote when my president was George Bush. I think you remember those days? They were dark. But unfortunately, the song is not really updated. Even though it was inspired by George Bush, I feel like it still pretty much addresses some Republican people. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that at all. I am a Democrat, and sometimes I can't keep that to myself. But I don't have a problem with Republicans. I just have a problem with people that are so greedy and they make their money off of regular people. This is called Christian Boys. How does a poor man on a bench become a criminal, while the rich man on the hill hails to the thieves? How does revenge equate to pride until a flag becomes a gun? How will the sun go down after the war is won? How come the wise man is so quiet while the killer speaks so loud? He is hollering from out of my TV. He is claiming that he knows me. He is taking little bows, but he is drinking from the silver palms of greed. And Mama, aren't you proud? Oh, he plays with such big toys, and he thinks it's all a game. Your little virtuous Christian boy. So you're playing by the rules, but every time it is your turn, he moves the net a little higher up. And you think it must be fair, 'cause that is what you've learned. But he scores every time, and you score none. And Mama, aren't you proud? Oh, he plays with such big toys, and he thinks it's just a game. Your little virtuous Christian boy. Oh, but this is an impressionist painting, and and we are standing way too close. We are sitting in the circus tent just waiting for the show, while the cannibal elite eats from their sacrificial plate, and they're lying through their teeth, making a mockery of faith. And your dollar lets you buy yet another empty cup, and that is how they fund their lives, and they hope we don't wake up. And they are feeding us this fear, they are feeding us the news, and they know we're biting off less than we could chew. Mama, aren't you proud? Oh, he plays with such great big toys, and he thinks it's just a game. Your little virtuous Christian boy. That little expose about the evils of capitalism, I would like to point out I have CDs for sale. They're over there on $15.